Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with your twin flame energy update. I just want to give a shout out to Victoria. She left me an energy exchange donation from one of the videos of mine that she watched. So I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I really appreciate your kind words. To all of my new subscribers, to the subscribers who have been leaving me comments in the comment section, as you do know, I do respond, I do write back. For those of you who have asked me questions via email, I also wrote you back too as well. It's all about, helping each other during this time, and especially on this twin flame journey, excuse me. And again, if you want to book a reading with me, the information is in the description box. And if you have any questions, you can just shoot me an email and I will gladly answer them. What else? To all my subscribers, to everyone who's been watching my videos, I really appreciate you guys so much. Just sending you love and light right now, just because of you, I can continue on my life path, life purpose work, and I never had the courage to do this before, and it just feels so amazing, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you are a little lost about your direction, or like what you need to do in regards to your life path or life purpose, and you have like spiritual gifts, and like you're just really unsure, the video I posted the other night, it should be right after this one or right before this one, will give you some insight. And if you resonate with that video, just shoot me a message in the comment section or shoot me an email. Again, my energy exchange donation is on the channel as well as in the description box of every channel or every video that I post. Just so you guys, at the end of the day, whether you do an energy exchange donation, whether you subscribe, all of that is energy exchange donations, because it does take a lot of energy to do this work, because we're tapping into the collective. And when a lot of you guys are watching the videos and we're posting the videos and we're giving you the information, those who have the spiritual gift know what I'm talking about. You can get depleted really fast. So you got to make sure you ground, center, protect your space, so that way you can continue to give as many readings as you can, or, to do the bookings that you've been booked for. So let me dive right into the twin flame energy update. First, we're going to start with Divine Feminine. Like, you can't see Divine Feminine's cards because they're here. And then we're going to start with Divine Masculine, and then the messages from the Divine Femme and Divine Masculine. And then we're going to use the Romance Oracle cards, and then we're going to use the Light Worker Oracle deck. So let's start with the Feminine first. So me being a Divine Feminine, like, I've been feeling like the triggers, and I've been having to like hold myself back, and like whenever I get triggered, I've been going like deep within and remembering like, that feel of love, that unconditional love. Or I imagine like, my Divine Masculine, I'm just like smiling, like changing the energy. And when I'm triggered, sometimes I'll call on my spirit guides and I'll send healing energy or love energy with the good intentions for both. What you have to remember is, when you're sending energy and you're doing that, you have to make sure, that you ask for permission. You just can't be sending energy on your own. You have to call in your spirit guide. You have to ask for permission to send that energy, because if you don't, you can also become sick. So just teaching you guys a little some little tips from what I've learned. I can give you experience from, one day I had wanted to send my twin flame like, energy healing. So I forgot to call on my spirit guides, and immediately I just started going into like the work and like, doing the healing, and all of a sudden both my arms became really limp and they began to burn and hurt really bad. So at the end of the day, I knew what happened. It was because my twin, my Divine Masculine was unaware of where all that energy was coming from, and it was making, my Divine Masculine feel uncomfortable. And so it was shot back to me, but I was in pain. So you have to make sure that when you're sending, healing or doing any kind of healing work, that you ask for permission and that you protect yourself with the with your spiritual light and call on your spirit guides. All right, so let's dive into the reading. For the first card that came out for Divine Feminine, we got Divine Feminine. So this is definitely you. This is definitely you coming into your union with yourself. So a lot of the divine feminines now are realizing, like, the more work I do on myself, the more my divine masculine will come to me. And at the end of the day, this divine feminine is not doing it because the divine feminine wants to be in union with, you know, the divine masculine. This divine feminine is doing this because divine feminine wants to make sure that, you know, he or she is whole, you know, themselves. And at the end of the day, they've come to a place where, you know, they have held this space for their divine masculine or divine feminine. And it's like, I'm going to continue to go on with my life, you know, but I still have this space for you. I've not forgotten about you. They may think like you know, moved on, like you're not talking to them, like you shut them out, but you're doing your healing work. So you have come into your true divine femme. The next card that came out is surrender. So like I said, with this first card coming out being divine feminine, and then you get the second card, that's surrender, you have to continue to surrender to the divine and allow things to work in divine timing. Because, for example, if like you say, if you rush your come up or you rush the process, then you're going to miss all the amazing details along the way. And you have to be able to be prepared for this union, so when it's ready to, you know, come to fruition, where you guys are at full union, you're not going to have any hiccups. So you have to surrender and let go of a lot. So for example, we have a lot of changes with the retrograde right now. And so I think the moon was in Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. And so and wherever your house is for Capricorn, that's what you need to work on. So my Capricorn is in my first house. So I have to work on fighting everything. Just allow myself to just let things be sometimes. Like, I don't have to fight everything. Because my divine and my spirit guides are handling my light work anyway, right? So you have to really look at what house Capricorn is in your chart, and so that way you can understand what you need to let go at this time. The next card that came out is divine masculine. So with this divine feminine, whomever I'm speaking to, because this is a collective, there's going to be a lot of you guys watching. This divine feminine is sure about, you know, his or her divine masculine. And at the end of the day, if you had any doubts, if the person that you're thinking about or the person that you're going through this journey with is really your divine masculine, then this is your confirmation. Because maybe because of how things were, they could have come off as a karmic, because everything was like so, you know, push and pull, runner chaser, ghosting and all of that. You could have thought that, you know, your divine masculine was a karmic, but your divine masculine is your divine masculine who you're thinking about. The next card that came out is tribe. So with divine feminine is coming into her power. Divine feminine is finding, you know, or not even finding, but allowing divine to take over. And so she's being, or he's being brought with, you know, a new tribe, like, you know, more spiritual aligned, you know, people in your life, people who understand like the journey that you're on, you know, the path being like laid out for you for better understanding. Like, you are gonna start getting into your tribe and, you know, groups, or, you know, people that resonate with you a lot, that has that high vibration. And so you're gonna feel yourself like shedding a lot of things that no longer connect with you, and like your old friends are going to be like, dude, like, you're changing, like, what's this, you know, what's happening? But at the end of the day, the friends that really understand you, the friends that really are for you, the friends that will be there for you thick and thin, will be there at the end of this journey. Okay, so for divine masculine, the first card that came out is release. So we have release for divine masculine. And so right now, divine masculine is releasing everything, and I feel like this is just happening like all over in the universe, where they're just releasing everything, releasing past hurts, releasing childhood traumas, releasing things that happened that they couldn't quite let go, or they weren't ready to face. So whatever's not serving or growing or development or adding to the divine masculine's life, divine masculine is releasing that now. Because divine masculine knows that you are definitely the divine feminine. Even if divine masculine isn't too caught up with the terminology, divine masculine has realized that something with you is worth exploring more, even if they don't understand it, even if the connection is too intense, even if the connection, sometimes is fearful for divine masculine. Divine masculine is releasing everything to follow what divine is asking of the divine masculine. Okay? The next card that came out is communication. Okay? So for a lot of the divine feminines, like, you're going to get communication from your divine masculine. For example, like, I hadn't talked to my divine masculine in over a month. And before that, the last conversation we had, my divine masculine was very rude, very harsh and dark towards me. And of course, it was because the tower moment just hit. So everything was just negative. My divine masculine was saying things to me that my divine masculine had never said before. And so I waited a month, and then I reached out. And when I spoke to my divine masculine, it was for the first time, this beautiful energy, this beautiful light. And all I said was hi, how are you? And immediately I just knew I was going to get hung up on. But I didn't get hung up on. So that's that was shocking to me, because we really had a bad fight. And when I asked, I said, I just want to know you're okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. And my divine masculine was yeah, I'm all right. And every time my divine masculine spoke, I felt that energy in my heart, as if our hearts were connected. I could feel what his heart felt. And out of the 3 years that I've known my divine masculine, I've never felt that when speaking. I would get butterflies and all that other stuff. And that's how I knew it was different, because no matter, we had been together for 3 years, and anytime I would hear, divine masculine's voice, it was just butterflies. It wasn't oh, this is regular, And so I knew our connection, with that, amongst many other things, was different and special. And so when hearing my divine masculine and just hearing how my heart was just happy, and it wasn't just oh man, I'm all in my head. No, it was a spiritual type of thing, where as he, talked, my heart opened up more and more and more and more. And maybe because my divine masculine really thought that, oh my God, I lost my divine feminine. So communication is definitely coming in. So if you are not at the level where you can just call and talk without having any, setbacks, you can also talk to divine masculine in 5D. You can also ask your spirit guides for assistance. But with this connection, you're being assisted anyway, because whether divine masculine wants to realize it or not, and even if they don't want to step out their ego and face what has to be faced, spirit, divine masculine, and your angels are gonna step in and take over, because it, when they're okay, I'm trying to let you use your free will, I'm trying to let you do what you need to do, but this is what has to happen. And when you keep ignoring that, they're all right, boom, so it's best to just do what I did and just say I surrender. The next card that came out is spring. So this could signify maybe a lot of you guys met in the spring. I know my divine masculine and myself, we met in the spring. This could be everything comes together full, union by spring, right? We're in summer now, but almost a year, and which wouldn't be bad either, because that gives you enough time to work on everything, to heal, to continue to perfect yourself, and vice versa. But even with these flowers that's right here, and the beautiful leaves, this looks the type of flower that's around a wedding. You get what I'm saying? So I won't be surprised if a lot of you guys get engaged real soon. And if you are the lucky one, please let me know in the inbox or in the description box, because I'm definitely giving you a free twin flame reading. So if any time from now until you get engaged, I need to see proof also. I will definitely give you a free reading, okay? A free twin flame reading. The next card that came out is signs. So your divine masculine is definitely receiving signs, and as well as the divine feminine. We were getting them crazy, and they're still happening now. Like, they're not stopping. So your divine masculine is either getting, like, you know, the angel numbers 1111, 111, 311, 77, 7. What's another common one I see? 311. Did I say that one? 411, 555, 911. 11, like all those type of numbers. Or you also see like maybe license plates. So for example, for my divine masculine, I'll always see like the license plate to, you know, the state that my divine masculine lives in. So it just makes me smile when I see it, because I'm like, okay, then my divine masculine must be thinking about me. So right now I'm going to go into Mystic Moon's twin flame messages. And so for the first cards I'm going to read, it's going to be the message from divine feminine to divine masculine. So the first card, it says, my mind and heart always come back to you. And that is true. Like, no matter what the divine masculine has done, no matter, you know, how long it's been, divine feminine always has a place in her heart or his heart for divine masculine. The next card that came out, something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. And this is for the divine masculine that, this is for the message, you know, for, this is the divine feminine's message to divine masculine. But with this card coming out, it's not so much that. I feel it's so much of divine feminine, you know, putting that self-love first, you know, taking care of those inner wounds. It's not so much of putting this toward the divine masculine. This is more for divine feminine. You know, I'm missing a lot within myself, and I need to get it together. So that's where the healing comes from. The next message that came out to divine masculine is, I feel damaged, like I just can't do this. And lately, like especially today, you know, you get those thoughts in your head like, you know, this is like too much, like nothing should be this hard, loving someone shouldn't be this hard, why can't they just figure it out? But again, everything happens in divine time, and you don't want to rush your process. You don't want to rush your come up, especially with, you know, your twin flame. Like, what can help is that you just continue to live your life and just have fun. It's not like you're forgetting about your twin flame. It's about you putting yourself first and loving you, because that is the ultimate, like one of the ultimate messages, or one of the ultimate like lessons from this connection, is because, like, if you notice with all of the divine feminine and divine masculines, one or the other puts so much energy into the connection, right? To the point where the other just started neglecting, you know, the other partner's like feelings, emotions, and things like that. Because remember, when we first connected with our divine masculine, everything was beautiful until that 6-month mark. If yours start going chaotic after the 6-month mark, leave me a you know, a message in the comment section. But that's like boom. And then like all of these fears come up, triggers, just all kind of things. So with that message coming out, that's for the divine, you know, that's what the divine needed to hear from her or his self. The next message that came out, lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. I feel like with this card coming out, you know, a lot of us have gifts, right? And a lot of us have the gift of sight, or second sight, or, you know, clairvoyance, whatever. But I feel like with that card coming out, divine feminine knew certain things, and sometimes divine feminine would hold back or would say something else because divine feminine didn't want to push divine masculine away. And with this, you have to be true. When you have your gifts, you have to be honest. But what I'm learning is that everything isn't meant to be said. Like, at the end of the day, they'll know what's meant to be said when it's needed to be. And we have a tendency, when we have these gifts, to just like start telling somebody off, like, you know, this is why you act this way, you know, your family, this, that, and the third. And if this person has never grew up with you, or, you know, of course they haven't, because, you know, you met now. they're gonna be like, okay, what the heck is this? Like, you know, like, are you a psychiatrist, or are you my girl, or you're my guy? Like, let me know what's up. So I believe with that card coming out, that's what it's resonating with. And if it resonates for you, again, hit me in the comment section and let me know. Okay, so these are the messages from Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. The first message says, your words linger in my mind. That could be positive or negative, because, you know, there has been some things that were said that shouldn't have been said. And there's also some things that made your Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine think. So that's caused that change. Like, that caused them to want to be a better person, right? The next card that came out, our connection still affects me. Yes, because you guys are one. So whatever you're going through, your Divine Masculine is going through. Just in a different, like, situation. You know what I mean? So, like, you can feel each other. You know, like, when all of a sudden out the blue you're sad, or all of a sudden out the blue, like, a burst of, like, happiness. Like, that's your Divine Masculine or Feminine for you. The next card that came out, I'm in a much better headspace now. Yes, with all the eclipses, with all, you know, the full moon and, like, all of the shifts, they're starting to see, like, what's really real. And right now, for Divine Feminine, I would say the best advice I can give you is to allow them to go through this process. Like, don't stalk, don't hawk, don't constantly, you know, do super check-ins when it's only going to make the connection more, you know, at a halt. Because at the end of the day, like, this is for the Divine Masculine to learn on his own or her own, and to come into the realization of what's being asked of him or her from Spirit. So with all of this opening up for the Divine Masculine, you know, they're being opened up to what their life path and purpose should be, who they are spiritually. And you have to be really delicate with this. Like, you can't sit there and, you know, and prophesize to them, or use your gifts to, you know, push it along faster, because that's not what's going to happen. Because just like you, Divine Feminine, you went through your journey and you accepted, and you're on your way with, you know, your spiritual gifts and your life path and purpose. You have to allow Divine Masculine to have that same, you know, the same experience that you had. I mean, his may or her may be a little different being the Divine Masculine, but at the end of the day, like, just show empathy and compassion during this time. Like, don't be mean, like, don't be rude. Like, when I heard my Divine Masculine, I just was like, it was just the most beautiful, unconditional, sweetest experience that I've had with anybody. So hold on to your faith and know that you are being guided to something amazing, and that this connection is on the way. But you also, Divine Feminine, have to check yourself and make sure that you're not in a low vibration, okay? The next message that came out, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So with that card coming out, a lot of the Divine Masculine has really seen the Karmic for who they are. Like, before, that's where the problem was that, like, Divine, you have Divine Femme, you have your Karmic. And with the Karmic, you could have more years together, you know what I mean? And then you have Divine Feminine, who just comes out the blue, and you're blown away by this connection because you've never experienced to feel this way for anyone else. And so with the Divine Masculine, thought, you know, they may have been over the Karmic, but that wasn't the case, because as soon as the Divine Feminine stepped into play, then all these different emotions came up. Like, what do I do? Who do I choose? You know, am I ready for this? You know, and then when the Divine Masculine started to see that it was good on the Karmic side and good on the Twin Flame side, why mess that up? So the Divine Masculine starts to become greedy and just drag it along even longer, instead of just cutting the cord right then and there with that Karmic situation. But the Divine Feminine was still trying to, you know, show empathy, show compassion, show love, even after being ghosted, even after being lied to, even after being treated like crap. Divine Feminine still stood in his or her power. And so therefore, now that the tower moment has happened, because I'm pretty sure that a lot of divine feminines just got fed up, and either people were caught doing, you know, what they didn't have any business doing. The karmic and the divine feminine eventually knew about each other, or however the situation played out. Now divine masculine is sitting there like, wow, like, you know, and then from that situation began to see, you know, how the karmic played, you know, a role in their lives. And, you know, they do want to come forth. They do want to say they're sorry. They do want to apologize for everything they've done, you know, wrong to you. But you have to let them do it on their time. Like, you know, maybe for a couple days, I was just like to my divine masculine, like, you owe me an apology. I'm like, you lied. I'm like, da-da. Then after like 3 days, I was just like, unconditional love. And I was like, where is this coming from? Because if this would have been any other person, it would have been like, head cut off. I don't have nothing to say to you. You don't exist to me. But with that divine masculine, it's a different type of experience. It's a different type of connection within the heart, within the soul. And you can't cut them out because they are a part of you. Okay? So the next cards I'm going to use is the Romance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. So the first card that came out, it says pay attention to the red flags. So as soon as this card came out, I didn't even think of nothing negative. You know what I thought of? I thought of triggers. So with this card saying pay attention to the red flags, and then the message is the signs are cautioning you. Excuse me. I am 100% for this reading. For you guys, I'm telling you, it's your triggers, because it's like one moment you're in a loving, you know, you're in loving energy, and then the next moment, like, you have all these different voices in your head, like, you know, all of the, you know, my divine masculine may be back with the karmic, or, you know, this, that, and the third. But I feel like pay attention to the red flags are the triggers. Pay attention to your triggers, because at the end of the day, you can know what's triggering you, and you can know once you start to get triggered, you can change your vibration. You can send, you know, out for your angels to come support you in that moment, because you're really, you know, trying to stay on that high vibration, and you do not want to go low. The next card that came out, stay optimistic about your love life. So stay optimistic about the journey, about the connection, because ultimately you want to go through this journey to be a better you. Like, it's cool, like, we got the divine, you know, masculine, like, that's what, you know, we're hoping for and wishing for at the end of the day. But the ultimate goal is for you to become a better you, so you can be able to light the way for others. Okay? And it says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. The next card that came out, new love. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So it could be like your divine feminine, divine masculine coming back, or divine femme. Energy is interchangeable. Or it could be like you've decided that you're going to hold space for your divine masculine, and you're going to venture out and just do you, because a lot of, you know, divine feminine was just sitting there just waiting around. And at the end of the day, divine masculine was like, you know, the love is there, like the emotions are there, the energy is there between you guys, because you're one, the connection is there. But divine masculine was out living a life, like doing him or her. And divine feminine was just like, you know what, I'm going to wait here. I'm going to wait for my divine masculine, because I know, you know, my divine masculine is coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. You can't be in that energy. You got to be like, you know what, I'm still going to go out, go to work, do what I need to do. And when divine feels it's the right time, then my divine masculine will be presented to me. That's how you have to look at it. But while you're, you know, on this journey, the ultimate goal you need to remember is that this journey is for you. It's not so much of you connecting with your divine masculine. It's with you connecting with spirit, and what you're being called to do for your life path work, your life purpose work. The next card that came out, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So for the divine masculines and the divine feminines that have been in separation for a long time, it's okay. You can go ahead and try to make that romantic gesture. Like, but don't be over obsessive, or don't be, you know, doing the most, because at the end of the day, like your divine masculine, whether he or she, still has to go through their journey their way. Everybody's journey is not going to be the same. Everybody's awakening is not going to be the same, you know. So you have to allow your divine masculine the space and time to figure it out. And while your divine masculine is doing that, you pour the love into yourself, not because you want the union, but because you want a better you. Okay? So, I'm going to read from the Lightworker Oracle, and I tell you guys to write these messages down, because this is like connected to your divine life path of purpose. And this also is connected to your twin flame union, because again, like, you were awakened by your divine masculine. You already had your spiritual gifts. You already knew about the lineage of your family and what you guys, you know, have in your lineage and what you are spiritually. But you need to understand what your mission is. So I love the Light Workers Oracle cards by Alana Fairchild, because it like really tells you in depth like what you need to be doing towards your life path. Sometimes they even tell you whether you're crystal indigo, rainbow, star seed, indigo, you know, light worker, empath. Like, these oracle cards are just beautiful. So I want you to write down everything that I'm saying to you now, so that way you can look it up and get more in tune with what you need to do to get on the path to where divine is calling you for your life purpose and life path. So for the first card that came out, you got Earth Healing. Okay? Earth Healing. And I'm going to read these cards tonight just because I want you guys to really get the support and help, whether it be from me, whether it be from another channel. And the number on the card is 38. 38 may resonate with someone that's watching right now. So you got Earth Healing. Here we go. So it says, you are making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you are doing matters, and you will be supported. The next card that came out, Initiation by Fire, number 22. Initiation by Fire. Okay, here we go. Okay, Initiation by Fire. Initiation by Fire is a life-changing spiritual cleansing. Your life will never be the same again. Allow the power of the divine fire to clear and purify you inside and out. This is not a time to hold on to anything, no matter how much you once believed you needed it. I'm letting go. You will get in letting go, you will gain so much more than you've ever imagined, opening to fresh blessings and new life. You are like the phoenix, ready to emerge from the holy flames, reborn. So like I said, your cards are your cards. Like, all of this resonated, and especially for divine masculine. So with these oracle cards for the Lightworker Oracle deck, I really need you to get into what I'm speaking of, so that way you're prepared for your journey. So for the next card that came out, we've got Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. And that's number 9. I believe 9 is also completion. Here we go. Divine feminine wisdom empowers you to grow into your vision, your dreams, and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Perhaps you envision a very different life for yourself to what you are experiencing now. This wisdom reminds you that you can experience even the most extraordinary dreams as reality. if you are willing to grow into what you desire, to become what you seek. Surrender any plans about how you can best manifest your dreams, and instead allow life to guide and nourish you through your experiences each day. The universe supports your divine destiny and is helping you become all you are meant to be. Pretty self-explanatory, right? 20, life path. 20, life path. So let's see. Pretty soon I'm going to know all of these by heart. I haven't got all the cards yet during the reading, So, 20, life path. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaking, or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need, or at the perfect time, and in a way that you cannot miss. So, like I said, at the end of the day, your cards are your cards. You cannot run from this connection. You cannot cut the cord. I'm sorry. You cannot cut the cord, because you are one. It's like you're cutting yourself. So at the end of the day, all of this made sense for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. What the divine feminine needs to do is continue to love, continue to surrender, continue to go out and just live your life and have happy, have a happy time, happy moments. Like, go to, a day party or something like that. I don't know. And if you do have people that come in your life that like you on a different level, it's okay to communicate. It's okay to talk, because at the end of the day, you're getting sent people in your life from divine to support and help you through this journey. And the same thing with divine masculine. You got to make sure that you don't run away from what divine is trying to show you. You have to be strong enough to say, I accept, because until you accept, you're going to keep going through these same cycles, because you're not accepting what it's meant to be. And when you do that, you'll see how easy things began to flow, because when you're resisting against something stronger and a greater power than yourself. And at the end of the day, you want to not resist. You want to surrender, because it's going to be better for you in the long run. The longer you resist, the longer it takes for you to figure out what it is that you need to be doing here on earth. And like I said, never in a million years, and just like this card came out, life path, would I think I will be doing this. You understand me? Like, I have other, I'm a crystal indigo, so I have other cool creative gifts that I have with music, with writing, with other things. And I know this is tied into all that. So when people ask me hey, you don't do shows anymore, you don't have any music coming out, what's going on? And I'm like, right now, divine got me on pause. And so divine is working through me, and I understand that in the end it's all gonna make sense. So no matter whatever happened, use unconditional love. Choose unconditional love, and you'll see the difference. When someone upsets you, we got retrogrades going on, moons all over the place, we got shifts, eclipses. Now when I look at the moon, you would think I was a wolf. I get so excited. I'm just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. But I get excited because I'm just like, man, what's happening? Something's brewing, and it never fails. And I follow that. So I'm always doing, when the new moon comes, I'm writing out my affirmations and I sit them in the windowsill and I put my crystals on top of them. When the full moon comes, I do the same thing. And I remember one time I told my divine masculine, whenever you look up at the moon, know that I'm thinking about you like that. So I don't know if my divine masculine remembers that, but you can do little things like that where, you know, where you can, you know that you guys are always connected, because you have like little things that's only meant for you guys. So that's the twin flame energy update I have for you guys. I will be posting tomorrow just some more information to keep you on the right path, on the right track, and just helping you get guided, or helping you to be guided to your life path and purpose. Because at the end of the day, all of us, we all are a part of the collective. We all are going through the same things. We've all been there. Some of you guys are on a higher level than some of us, but at the end of the day, like, the ultimate goal behind all of this is coming into one. We are one. And, you know, right now, again, I'll always remind you that right now the earth, the world is changing, and it's because we are here. Like, we were born to be here at this time for a specific reason. The children that you have that are being born right now are going to lead the world into something really amazing, and your children are going to be special. So remember that, and I'm telling you this. The children that you have now coming up within the next couple of years, you know, that are born now, like, you know, maybe born in 2020 or 2021 or 2019, the end of that and further, they're going to take over from where we left off. So I'm telling you, the baby that you have, that child that you have, that baby's going to be special. And remember that I told you that, okay? Well, love and light, guys. Do not forget to share, comment, subscribe. And again, if you can't, you know, do an energy exchange donation, that's totally cool with me. I'm just happy, like you said, I got my little iPad. You're not hearing that fan anymore. Well, I have my like AC on right now, so you might hear some background noise, but I'm just extremely happy because at the end of the day, like, I'm really particular about certain things. Like, my iPhone is for my phone. Like, I talk on that. My iPad is for you guys. Like, this is all spiritual that I do, spiritual work that I do with my iPad. I will be posting, you know, information about herbs, because that's in my lineage. Like, my great-grandmother and my great-great-grandmother were Cherokee Indians, and like, they were really good with the herbs, and like, you know, what to do to heal this, what to do to heal that, what to take to heal this, you know, making teas and stuff like that. So that's coming soon. And I also have my sound bowl, so there's going to be some sound healing coming on my channel soon. And then I'll do some crystal healing video techniques for you guys as well, because at the end of the day, like, I'm here to help you. And with us doing this, we're going to change the world. It's just like so beautiful, and I really appreciate and I love all you guys. Like, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and I got you, like, no matter what. And I know you got me, because the messages you guys have been leaving me, the emails requesting readings for bookings, or even just, you know, you telling me, you know, what's going on with your situation, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. No, I sit, I read, and I write back, you know, because at the end of the day, like I said, if I had somebody that was there for me to help me through this, like my auntie, she helped me, like, you know, learning all, like, what's to me and like what was in our lineage and things like that. But this twin flame journey was another, I don't even know what to say. The only thing I can say about the twin flame journey, if I could say anything, it's beautiful, it's intense, and it's love. And with that being said, good night, guys. Love and light.